The topic taken for discussion is Constitution of India Preamble. Constitution of India Preamble means the preface or the introductory chapter of the Constitution. It is a conflicting situation has come whether the preamble can be included as a part of the Constitution or not. But it has been decided that the preamble is also a part of the Constitution. And so what the preamble says, that we are going to see. In Hindi we can call it as Sankalpa. The preamble, when you read the book, it will be having the preface, or in book it is called preface. That means the introductory chapter. What are the things found in the book? What are the things explained in the book? In an interesting way, the preface will be formed. In a similar way, the Constitution of India, it is always called the law of the land, and it interprets the Constitution contains all the organs of how the organs of government is formed, and how it can be well established by the constitutional law. All these things are found in the written constitution. So Indian written constitution is the very biggest constitution in the world. It has drawn various knowledge from various countries, so that it is said as the best in the world. It covers almost all the policy of the government. The organs of government is said to be legislative, executive, judiciary, and how the legislative should be, executive should be, and the judiciary should be. All these things are explained in the Constitution. Apart from the policy of the Constitution and the aim of the government, how the government is to do the welfare activity, all these things are reflected in the preamble. So it has been the preamble has been actually, it is the replica of the Nehruvian draft, or it is the Nehru actually drafted the objective resolution during 13th December 1946, and that has been reflected in the preamble of the Constitution. So that's why the preamble of the Constitution consists of the important aspect of the policy of the Constitution. So and then we will see some of the constituent of the Constitution. So now while forming the Constitution, it contains only 365 articles, and then 22 schedules. Now that is 8 schedules, 22 parts. Now it has been all revised, and now it is totally, the article is 448 articles. Now for the latest is 448 articles, and then it is divided into 25 parts. That is, the 448 articles is divided into 25 parts, and then 12 schedules, and then the amendment power is based on Article 368 within bracket 1. According to this one, Article 368 within bracket 1, the constitutional amendment power is given. So the provision has been laid as per Article 368 within bracket 1. The amendment can be made. The amendment means the adding or repealing or some modification can be done in the article by the amendment. So that is with regard to in the parliament, the amendment is made according to this Article 368(1). So this is with regard to the outline of and then it can so many knowledge have been taken from so many countries such as the America or Irish, and then even from Russia, from so many countries they have drawn the knowledge, because it is not patented. It is the right of the any country to take the good things from the other constitution. That is the inner meaning. So that they have drawn various important things, good things from various other constitutions. The directive principle of policy and other things have been fundamental rights have been drawn from other sources. So now, coming to the Constitution preamble, the preamble can be divided into four divisions. First, it starts with "We the people of India." We the people of India. That means the constitutional maker is nothing but the Indian people, the people of India. That is the people of India hereby solemnly resolve to constitute India into social, secular, sovereign, democratic republic, and and to secure all citizens. So after this, this is first thing, and second thing, the resolve to constitute India into secular, social, socialist, democratic republic. These four things are second point, and the third thing is to secure all its citizens the justice and liberty. And the third thing is called equality and fraternity. That is the third thing. The fourth one is we the people of India we are adopting this constitution on 26th November 1946. That is the last thing. We adopt the Indian constitution on 26th November 1949. So that is the 49. Actually, it has come to effect on 26th January 1950. So this is we adopt and enact this constitution on 26th November 1959. So this is considered as Law Day. Actually, the Law Day is celebrated because the constitutional law has come to effect or enacted on this day. The day is called Law Day. So these four aspects we are going to see now. The first thing, we the people of India having solemnly to resolve. We the people of India having solemnly to resolve. Oh, Sankalpa Banata. Sankalpa means that is we are taking as like oath to secure solemnly resolved. We are solemnly, uniformly resolved to constitute India into, first thing is sovereign. First thing is sovereign. We the people of India means we are making the constitution. The people of India making the constitution. We adopt the constitution, and we the people are the owners of the constitution. We the people of the India forming the government like that. That is the meaning of the we the people of India. Then the second thing, socialist, to resolve socialist, secular, sovereign, democratic republic. That is the second thing, democratic republic. First thing we will see the socialist. It is not told as socialism. A socialist pattern of society means the individual development is given power. That means the economic goods are not the owner, the people are not the owners of the goods, but slowly the nationalistic effect has come into effect. That means the importance is given to nationalism. That is called socialistic pattern of society. It is not on par with the communism or socialism of China or socialism of Russia, but it is socialist pattern of society means the individual growth is given importance. That is the Negrian policy. That is called socialistic. Secular means the um, we are not adopting any religion, and we are not adopting any racial discrimination. We are not adopting any that is ethnic reservations like that. So that is secular means jadi mada ina bedamatra oru naadu. That is, we are not adopting, we are not giving importance to any religion, any sect, any ethics, any ethnic like that. That is called secular. ஒரு ஜாதி பேதமற்ற உணர்வான நாடாக நாம் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று உறுதி பூணுகிறோம். That is the secular. Secular means anybody can embrace any religion, anybody can adopt any religion, anybody can do anything. That is called secular. So the government will not interfere in the personal affair of the religion, sex. There should not be any sex deviation. So we should not show any discrimination on the basis of sex, caste, religion, like that. That is called secular. And then the third thing is called sovereign. Sovereign means irayanmai. That is, the government is more powerful than any other thing, and nobody, no outside force can have a control over the affair of the India. That is the meaning of sovereign. So it has its own policy. So nobody can interfere into the sovereignty power of the India. That is called sovereign. And then democratic means the people vote the representatives, they select the representatives for the ruling. That is called democratic. They are the people are the masters, or the people who are the makers of the government. That is called, that is the meaning democratic. By the people, for the people, and of the people. That is democratic. And republic means we elect the head of the government. That is called republic. That is in the central we elect the president, though he is not real head, he is the executive head. For all practical purpose, he is the head of the state. That is called republic. Republic means the head is selected for the ruling of the country. That is the president of India, and in the case of state, it is governor. This is the second thing. Third thing, and to secure to all citizens the liberties. What are the liberties? Justice. First thing is justice. So we want justice to the social, economic, and political justice. So we have to give social justice. That is, social justice means the equality should be adopted. That is, there is no inequality in the society. The government should see the inequality is to be reduced, or inequality is not at all in the society. For that they strive for hard. That is the justice, social justice to be given. So that is, in society all are equal, no inequality, all are equal before law, like that. That is called social justice. We will provide by the constitution the social justice, or the provision has been laid down by the constitution to provide social justice. And second thing is economic justice. Economically, the people should not be deprived, for which the means of production should be given to all. That is the meaning economic justice, social, economic, and political justice. Political justice means and political justice. Political justice means the voting power and the selecting of the candidates for ruling. All this lies with the people. That is so justice. And then next thing is liberty, justice. And then the second thing is called liberty. Liberty. What all the liberties available in the constitution is that is liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of thought and expression, and then the faith and worship, and expression, belief, faith and worship, belief, faith and worship, These things is the liberty. This is from the actually the Voltaire and Rousseau. They have strived for liberty of the French people. Like that, similarly, anybody can have express their own feelings, which is not detrimental to the country, which is not against the country, but for the development of the country, liberty of thought, and they can express their views freely, if at all, if it is not against the country, and then belief, faith, and worship. These are all the liberty which is given to the sanctioned to the citizens of India. That is by the constitution. That is called liberty. And then the another thing is called fraternity. What is fraternity means? That is brotherhood. Fraternity. Fraternity means brotherhood. Fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual. Fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual. So in the constitution has given sanction for the fraternity also. That is, the individuals are living with dignity, or the constitution is assuring the dignity of the individual, so that it will not go against the constitution. There will not be any infringement of fundamental rights. There will not be any infringement of their rights and rights. Similarly, the duties also, the citizens have to hold duties also. That is called fraternity, achieving the dignity of the individual, and unity and integrity of the nation, and unity and integrity of the nation. So they will also strive hard. The people of India will also strive for the unity and integrity of the nation. Integrity means the uniformity. There will not be any dissipation in their activities from their physical activity will not be there. That is called the integrity of the nation. There will not be any physical activity by the citizens of India. That is called fraternity. And then the next thing is these things are the integrity has been added in the 42nd Constitution. 42nd Amendment during 1976. Like that, the secular also has been added, socialist also has been added by the 42nd. In original constitution, we cannot see this social secular and then this integrity of the nation. These things are added by subsequent amendment of 42nd Amendment during 1976. And this is with regard to the unity and integrity of the nation. This is the second thing. For equality, then the equality of opportunity, justice we are told, fraternity, equality of opportunity. That also we are equality of opportunity, equality of status of opportunity, and to promote fraternity, equality of opportunity. All should have opportunity. That is called equality. These things are given. They have resolved to secure to the all people. This is another thing. And finally, in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1946, we do hereby enact and adopt and then give ourselves this constitution. That is the final thing. We, the people, have adopted this constitution on 26th November 1949 to enact, adopt by ourselves, That is the final thing. So, according to the Constitution of India, that is the final thing. So, what all the things it is said, the fundamental rights are, if the inner meaning is, the fundamental rights or liberty will be given to all citizens. And then the liberty of thought, equality will be given, equality of thought and expression, that also will be given. Fraternity, that is assuring the dignity of the individual and the integrity of the country, that also will be given. That is in the final thing, and that is the fourth thing, is we do hereby adopt the Constitution on 26th November 1949. But actually it was implemented during 26th January 1950, but it was enacted during 1949, 26th November. This is with regard to the preamble. So, the directive, it tells about the directive principle of the state policy. The state will strive hard to give education, all welfare measures, and there will not be any discrimination with race and other things. All the things are reflected in directive principle of the state policy also. Fundamental rights, similarly, told to 35, Article 12 to 35 says about the fundamental rights. If infringed, one can go to court under Article 32. If the fundamental rights are infringed, one can go to court under Article 32 to the Supreme Court and Article 226 in the High Court. The thing is not only for the infringement of fundamental right, but for other any rights deviated by the others, then the High Court can be approached. That is the Article 226. But for only fundamental rights, the Article 32 gives power to the individual to go to the Supreme Court for the establishment of the fundamental rights. That is with regard to the Article 32. And apart from that, whether the preamble can be changed or amended, whether it is coming under the part of the Constitution in A.K. Gopalan versus Madras case, it is the part of the Constitution and it cannot be amended like that. It can be amended, but the basic structure of the Constitution cannot be amended. That is so many cases, Kesavananda Bharati versus State and A.K. Gopalan versus Madras. These things are for the establishment of the this preamble. In Tamil, இந்திய மக்களாகிய நாங்கள் ஒரு சாவரின் கண்ட்ரி, சோஷியலிஸ்ட் செக்குலர் டெமோக்ராட்டிக் கண்ட்ரி உருவாக்க விரும்புகிறோம். சாவரின் கண்ட்ரி என்றால் வேறு நாட்டவர் நம் நாட்டை அடிப்படையை ஒன்று செய்ய முடியாது என்பதுதான். தட் இஸ் சாவரின் என்பது, இறையாண்மை என்பது. ஒப்பந்தங்கள் வென்றால் வைத்துக் கொள்ளலாம், ஆனால் நம் நாட்டு விவகாரத்தில் வெளிநாடு தலையிடக்கூடாது. தட் இஸ் கால்டு சாவரின் என்பார்கள். சோஷியலிஸ்ட் என்பது என்னவென்றால் அனைவருக்கும் சம பங்கு வைக்க வேண்டும், எல்லாரும் இனிக்வாலிட்டி இருக்கக்கூடாது, வேற்றுமை ஏற்றத்தாழ்வுகள் இருக்கக்கூடாது, அதனை சரி செய்ய வேண்டும் என்பதெல்லாம் சோஷியலிஸ்டுக்கு என்பதை சொல்லப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. அடுத்து செக்குலர் என்பது ஜாதி மத இனபேதமற்ற ஒரு நாடாக விளங்குகிறது. டெமோக்ராட்டிக் என்பது ஒரு ஜனநாயக நாடு, நாம் மிகப்பெரிய ஜனநாயக இந்தியா, நாம் ஓட்டு போட்டு மக்களை தேர்ந்தெடுக்கிறோம் நம்மளை ஆளுவதற்காக, டெமோக்ராட்டிக். ரிப்பப்ளிக் என்பது ஒரு குடியரசை நாம் உருவாக்கிறோம், அதற்கு ஒரு தலைவரை உருவாக்கிறோம், பிரசிடென்ட் என்றும் கவர்னர். இது முதல் பகுதி. இரண்டாவது பகுதி, அண்ட் we are adapting to secure all citizens. என்னென்னவென்றால் ஜஸ்டிஸ், நீதியை தருவதற்கு, அது சோஷியல் ஜஸ்டிஸ், சோஷியல், எக்கனாமிக் அண்ட் பொலிட்டிக்கல். இந்த மூன்று தான் முக்கிய அங்கம் வகிக்கிறது. எந்த ஒரு அரசாங்கத்திலையும் அல்லது ஒரு கான்ஸ்டியூஷன் மிக முக்கியமாக சொல்லப்படுகிறது சமூக, அரசியல், பொருளாதாரம். சமூக வளர்ச்சி, பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சி, அரசியல் வளர்ச்சி. சமூக முன்னேற்றம், பொருளாதார, அரசியல் முன்னேற்றம் ஆக இந்த மூன்றும் சொல்லப்படுகிறது. அடுத்ததாக லிபர்ட்டி என்பது சுதந்திரம் என்பது ஆர்டிகல் 21 கூட தனி மனிதனை பற்றிய சுதந்திரத்தை பற்றி சொல்கிறது. லிபர்ட்டி என்பது ஆஃப் தாட்டு, ஃப்ரீடம், எக்ஸ்பிரஷன். ஒருவருக்கு அவருடைய கருத்தை சொல்ல சுதந்திரம் இருக்கிறது. அதற்கெல்லாம் லிபர்ட்டி என்று பெயர். அடுத்ததாக ஈக்குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் ஸ்டேட்டஸ், ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி, அது அது கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும். எல்லாருக்கும் ஈக்குவல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கொடுக்க சந்தர்ப்பம் கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும். அடுத்ததாக ஃப்ரெட்டர்னிட்டி. ஃப்ரெட்டர்னிட்டி என்றால் சகோதரத்துவம். அது இந்தியா நாம் ஒருவருடைய டிக்னிட்டியை நாம் பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும் என்றும் இந்திய ஒருமைப்பாட்டை பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு உணர்வோடு இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று ஃப்ரெட்டர்னிட்டி சொல்கிறது. அடுத்ததாக கடைசியாக நாம் இந்த 26 நவம்பர் 1949 இதனை எனாக்ட் செய்து நாம் இந்த ஜனநாயகத்தை நாம் அடாப்ட் செய்கின்றோம் என்று உறுதிமொழி எடுத்துக்கொள்வதாக அமைந்திருக்கிறது கடைசி பகுதி. ஆக இத்துடன் நாம் இந்த பகுதியை we are closing this chapter with this. நிறைவு செய்கின்றோம். Preamble of Indian Constitution of India.